Frame 82 coming hot at you on a Thursday afternoon. We got our fantastic guest Foster returning once again for you OGs. You know him already. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to be a guest, email us, DM us, comment, let us know, get on Gutterball. You could be like Foster. Look how cool he is over there. That could be you right there. That could be you right there. But you've been lacking, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of fucking explaining for you guys. I'm covering for the fans, Paul. I can't do it any longer. Go
I
to
can't
hell.
take it.
Yeah, okay. How's everyone doing? What's up, boys?
Foster, how's it
up,
going, man?
y'all?
Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate
It's
you.
good. It's going good. Recently moved, but fully settled in and glad to be back.
Now, you've moved a couple times now. Do you enjoy moving? Do you hate moving your shit? Because I honestly, me personally, about to be moving into a house, I am not looking forward. I mean, you could probably tell some of my stuff is going to be slowly starting to disappear from this room. It already kind of has as I put it in boxes, but I just hate moving. Like, do you enjoy it? Or is it kind of refreshing to get into a new spot? Or like, how's that been going?
It's refreshing, but it's also a great excuse to throw away a ton
Oh
of
yeah,
shit
and
you don't
donate
need.
shit too. Yeah, like we donated so
Yeah,
many clothes and stuff. Yeah.
me
Throw it
too.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like I was going through all my stuff and I'm like, it was packed up from the last time I moved.
Oh shit.
So into the garbage. If I didn't need it for 3 years, I don't need it now.
That's true.
Gone.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
That's
It's
fair.
it was great. Like I shrunk down like my stuff, like
Yeah.
I don't want to have like a ton of just useless things. So I like it for that, but the whole process of finding a new place and moving in, it's tough. Moving couches as the man of the house is my responsibility,
It
and
sucks.
it sucks, dude.
We bought literally, this is the first couch we ever bought. We got it about a year and a half ago. I bought it brand new. I've never had a brand new couch. I got it for Ashley Furniture on sale. And dude, getting it in here was a pain because they dropped it off outside, getting it up to the second floor here. And now I have to get it out of here and into a moving truck. And I'm just like, God, I'm not looking forward to it, man. I might have to call Nick over, treat him to a beer, have him help me out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
do it
That'll do it.
yourself.
He'll
Get it
help
around
you.
those corners. No
Oh, yeah.
fucking way.
Well, it's good to see that you're doing good. Jackson, how's your week been?
Good. Not so bad. Pretty uneventful. Very tired tonight. A little low
Same
energy,
here.
but gonna pick it up throughout the show. But other than that, I'm pretty good. What's up with you, Paul? Anything else?
Not a whole lot. I also tired. I actually had work off today, and the reason why I took it off is because, well, I was still technically online at work and just responding to things when I needed to, but I had to take a homeowner's course. So, for those of you that don't know this, when you go to buy your first home, most lenders will require you to literally get a certificate that you've taken a homeowner's course. And my options were to do it like 3 nights a week from like 4 to 9, or they had this one option where you can do it all in one day from like 8 to 5 with a lunch break. And I'm like, fuck it, let's just take the day off of work. Let's just get it done. And they have to, because you just have to have a certificate that says you went through that, you know what like a mortgage is and what all these different terms are. Yeah, go ahead, Foster.
What's a homo nurse course?
Homeowner course.
Oh,
Homeowner. Sorry.
oh.
I like this hand raising
Homeowners.
system.
I
You like the
misheard
hand
you.
raising system? No, it's all good. Home owning, home buying course. I think they call it, I think the course is literally called Home Stretch. Some stupid name, but like you have to take it and have that certificate like 2 weeks prior to you getting, like, when you sign like for when like they give you the money for the house. So like I'm just being advantageous and just getting it out of the way months in advance because I just don't want to, when things leading up to paperwork and whatever, I don't have to worry about like doing a damn course to learn about that shit. And it's all done now. It was a little informative, but also like personally, I don't think I needed to take it. Everything they covered, I knew. Sure, were there a few things I didn't know that I learned that would be, useful in the future? Yeah, but like, if you're going to be buying a house, like, and you're going through the process, I mean, most people are going to do their own research and should. Like, you should be talking to people that have bought homes. You should be talking to, if any resources you have, and you should be researching. Like, there are so many good YouTube channels, and there's this chick called Nicole Stark, I think, and she just goes through, like, literally, like, what each type of home loan is, like what this is, like every single process of the home sale. And she even does like a start to finish each year. 2022, 2023, like the home buying process, like what you're going to kind of do in order depending on the situation. But no, like, I don't know. It's just a course that you get a piece of paper and it's like, yeah, I know what this means kind of deal. It kind of reminds me of
I'm a
college.
homeowner.
Yeah, I'm a homeowner.
Sounds
But
boring as fuck.
it was boring. I didn't enjoy it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I enjoyed it a little bit. There are some things that I liked, but it was just, again, another class thing to just blow smoke up the lender's ass or whatever. But I don't know.
Whatever happened to I want to purchase this? Okay, here's the money. Cool. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was saying.
We're
Dude,
over
once
with.
you realize how much goes into buying a house, you're like, what do they want? A fucking blood sample now? Do they want a stool sample next?
DNA.
Like, and there's also 10 people involved that all get a cut of the money that don't do a whole lot. And it's just like, whatever. It's like, yeah, it should be like this. Seller, I would like to sell my house for X amount. Buyer, I would like to buy your house for X amount. Can we negotiate on the price? They come to an agreement, shake hands, money exchange. That's how it should be. But no, the government has to be involved. All this other paperwork and bullshit has to be involved. Insurance. It's kind of a mess. But
Sir, if you want to buy this here house, your penis must be between 4 and 7 inches. Anything otherwise, goodbye.
yeah, see, they talked about that. They do the penis measuring at closing.
No,
They do it when you go into the side of the paper.
I've been practicing to make sure I make it there.
He has a monocle and a tape measure. Is it one of those ones that's got multiple levels and you can tweak it to different magnifications? Yeah, it zooms out.
Like the Spy Kids glasses?
Yeah, dude. Like
it
shifts through it.
That's how it is.
It's just his eye.
It's a lens.
That's just how the dude's eye is. It's built into it.
You can trust him.
No, that sounds really, really stupid.
It
like
is
all the extra like steps. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason for each of it, but I've also found that like the more money gets involved in business, the more steps are created because each step justifies a payday for somebody.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So like Jackson, you were saying, it could be as simple as here's my money, take it, whatever.
Yeah.
The story. But because of all the different, red tape and the steps and everybody wants to get paid now, you need a permit and a certificate. It's stupid.
Yeah, it is. And like you're right. There is a reason for everything. As more money gets involved, there are more steps. But also too, like, you also got to think about it from this perspective. Like, I kind of get it because, 95% of people, well, that's probably just a random estimate, aren't going to have all the cash they need to just go buy a house, which is why you need to get a mortgage lender involved so that you can get a mortgage on your house and you get a loan. So it's like, then that's where all the stuff comes from. If you go pay cash for a house, like, good on you. That's awesome if you just have that money lying around, but no one has that, And I think, obviously, I have no clue how that process works. There's still going to be paperwork involved. Like, no matter what, you're going to have to go through a closing, paperwork, stipulations, and then there are these things called contingencies, which you'll learn about once you go down the road of buying a house. If you ever have any questions, I guess just let me know, because I'm fucking going down that road right now, and it's not that I know everything, but it's an interesting situation. But enough about that shit because it's boring. Song of the week. Now, I forgot to mention this to Foster Jackson. I think we skipped this last week.
I think we did too.
And Foster, while we go through ours, maybe you can think of if you have a song of the week. But I'll start with mine. It's more so like artist of the week for me. But the song I've really liked lately, it's by an artist named Mitch Murder. Some of you may have heard of him. He makes he made all the music for Kung Fury. So like that retro, like 80s, like it's a lot of beats. There isn't much like vocals at all in any of his songs. A few of them have it. And there's a song, it's called Sector. I've really been liking it because it reminds me of a song from like Gran Turismo, like on PlayStation 1, because that's literally what it sounds like. And that's like my come down from working out or boxing song, like when I'm driving home or whatever. So yeah, check out Mitch Murder. All of his stuff's super good. I've just been kind of listening to everything on like a shuffle of his. But that's what I got for my song of the week. Go ahead, Jackson. What do you got?
I guess last week this is what I had, but I don't know if it's really relative to this week now. It was Closed Mouth by Fraser Boy of the Screwed Up Click. You know, some Memphis OG, like 99 good rap. I don't know. I really like it. It's just Memphis funk is all it is, pretty much. That was what I was listening to last week a lot, but this week I've been listening to Snakes and Arrows 2008 live version. It's pretty good.
That's
Yeah,
Rush, isn't it?
Rush. Yeah, that's Rush. Yeah.
Fucking cocksucker.
Pretty
I
good.
hate
It's not bad. Yeah. So that's been my songs of the week.
Just joking.
Check that out. Go to hell. Okay.
Foster, what do you
Well,
got?
I got some garbage for you.
Okay.
So the meme answer, the joke answer, would be Dracula Flow 3,
Oh, hell yeah.
Wonderful.
my song of the week.
Yeah.
But the actual answer, I just heard about this from a coworker.
Yeah.
In his late 50s, he had a sticker on his hard hat that said "Taste the biscuit."
Okay.
I'm like, what does that mean?
Mhm.
So he told me, go onto your phone, look on YouTube or TikToks, and search
TikToks.
taste the biscuit. And so I did, and it's quite a tune.
Okay. We'll have to take a look at it. If we played it now, we'd probably get copywritten, but yeah.
I doubt it.
Is
It's
it the band name or is it? Oh, it's just some random guy from 12 years ago?
Yeah, it's Vincent Gargulio.
Okay.
It's posted 12 years ago with 1.8 million views.
And he had a sticker of this guy.
So taste the biscuit. That is my song of
I'll listen
today.
to it after the show.
You're
okay.
gonna hate it, but
I'll probably
enjoy
hate it. Okay.
I hate
all
it.
right. You know, it's funny you say Dracula Flow 3. Dude,
yeah.
Nick had never seen those, and it was like 6 months ago, and I was over, and I didn't even show him the regular one. I showed him the Biden AI cover of Dracula Flow 3 on YouTube,
God.
and he was losing it. It's a pretty good, that's a pretty good experience, Dracula Flow.
Dude, Nick and I were playing Warzone like 3 days ago, and we're in the middle of like, we're looting, we're plating up, we're doing our thing, and out of nowhere, Nick goes, "I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles in the bath." And then I said nothing, and my immediate response was, "I'm off 12 Vicodins smoking Scooby-Doo dick."
Yeah.
And we both died. It was fantastic.
Dude, that's so good. Yeah, that's totally up Nick's alley. That shit's so funny. I when I found that too, I was like, I'm saving this for later. I got to show this to Nick next time we hang out. And that night, he was pretty drunk. I had a few, but it was a good time. We were watching some Canelo fight. Yeah, good times, good shit. Well, yeah, that was song of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Jackson, is there any topics you wanted to jump into right away, or would you like me to take the handle here?
You can take the handle. What do you got?
Let's just get UFC out of the way, okay? So I've been fucking having like withdrawals the last 3 weeks because there hasn't been any UFC cards. I've been fucking scratching. I'm like, you got any fucking Dana? What do you got? Dana, do you want me to oil you? Dana, you want me to oil you up? Do you like baby oil, Dana?
I like to miss the mark. Throw us in there.
Yeah. Basically, there hasn't been UFC for like 3 weeks. There will be tomorrow. Usually between Christmas and New Year's is like their longest layoff they have, at least for the last couple of years. I mean, they take like other 1 or 2 week breaks, but this is usually the longest, 3 weeks. And so they're about to kick off the new year with the fight night tomorrow. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, really.
Or
here,
Saturday.
Sorry, that's right. It's Thursday today, but yeah, Saturday. When you're watching this tonight, there will be UFC. But
you won't watch that because you're watching this. So
yeah, you won't watch that. You can fit this in at noon when it comes out, and then you can watch UFC. I think the prelims start at 3. But anyways, I just want to talk about the pay-per-views coming up. And I guess we'll just kind of go right into the first 3 pay-per-views, and then I also want to talk about UFC 300, which would be the 4th pay-per-view of the year, which they're stacking right now, but it's not completely full yet. They're still building the card. It's getting interesting. But I want this to be a reoccurring segment where I'm going to pick just the main event, the headlining fight, who I think's going to win, and by what way. And then hopefully I look back on it and maybe I got him right. I don't know. So let's find out. But UFC 297, the main fight is for the middleweight title. It's Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. Sean Strickland's defending his belt for the first time since he took it from Israel Adesanya pretty fucking convincingly, honestly, if you watch that fight. Pretty honestly shocking is what everybody was thinking when he won that belt. And he won by decision. Now, Dricus du Plessis, I've kind of slept on him because I didn't take him seriously, but then he took out Darren Till. He TKO'd Robert Whittaker, who many believed that, he could beat everybody in the division but Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker. But then he got beat by Dricus, and now Dricus is right there for a title shot. I've been underestimating Dricus. Dricus is fucking huge. If you look at his build, he's way bigger than Sean. I think Sean's got more reach. I do think Dricus, even though he is like a kickboxer at heart, I do think he's going to try and out-wrestle Sean, but kind of good luck. Sean's got some of the best takedown defense there is next to Adesanya, I think. So I'm going to go out on a whim and say Strickland keeps his belt by beating du Plessis by decision. Mm-hmm. I think he's just going to do the same thing that he basically did to Israel, except Dricus, I think, is going to land a few more. I feel like it's going to be like 2 to 3 rounds instead of Adesanya's 1 to 4. Like, I think Dricus is going to have a little bit more success against Sean.
Mm-hmm. I'm rooting for du Plessis.
Are you?
Are we not going to talk about crybaby Sean? Are we just going to?
Oh, because he cried on Theo Von?
Yeah, what a fucking pussy. Oh my God, I can't. Fucking pussy.
I guess so.
Oh, and he's going back on making fun of families. Well, you really shouldn't make fun of someone's family. You fucking.
I don't know.
You were cool for a little bit.
I still like him, but I don't know if I'm necessarily rooting for him, but I definitely think he's gonna win that fight. Pretty sure.
Listen. Crying's okay, but it's never okay to cry on camera and then post it. That is never okay in any situation. I lost respect for Corey Taylor when he did it, and I will lose respect for anyone else that does it. It's embarrassing, okay? I'm sorry, I just can't. And especially with Sean Strickland. You are a fighter, bro. Go. My estimation of Sean Strickland is out the fucking window right now.
You know what's funny is a lot of people started hating Daniel Cormier when he cried after he lost. What was it, Stipe or John? He was bawling. He couldn't even answer. He couldn't even answer the questions on the mic. Like, he's crying right there, which I get. Kind of. If you have that championship mindset and you come so close, but you still fucking lost, get over it.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's certain things to cry about. I don't know.
But I think du Plessis should have to fight Adesanya before he fights Strickland.
That's what I thought too. But
he wasn't a contender.
He really wasn't. The only reason why he is because he beat Whittaker, and I feel like if Israel was still champion and he beat Sean, du Plessis would be fighting Israel next. But remember, they gave...
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, dude, remember that very racially charged octagon thing where, like, do you remember that? It was at the end of some fight.
Oh, yeah.
It pretty much was, it was like set up that way. But you also got to remember this.
Well,
du Plessis was offered the title shot against Adesanya, but he wouldn't take it, so they gave it to Sean.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's because
I retract.
It's fine. It's because he didn't want to turn around in like a 2-3 month notice and said he was injured. But Dana White is all about the mindset of he doesn't like guys that turn down fights, even when they have ample time to get ready, and he would be healed by then. And Dana White was like, okay, you get to fight Robert Whittaker now. And so I just think it's because middleweight is not a shallow division, I don't think, by any means. It's got a lot of killers. But there isn't a lot of guys at the top that are super active right now, which is why I think they're giving du Plessis the shot. And Israel even said, I'm taking a hiatus, which I think should happen. And I was honestly going to be pissed if they gave him an immediate title shot against Sean again after he got one against Pereira the year before. It's like, okay, dude, how many rematches do you get? I get that you've been reigning for so long, but I don't know.
Gives him more time to
fuck,
right?
I think Strickland
more time to fuck off.
I think Strickland beats the brakes off of du Plessis. I like du Plessis.
I like him too. Yeah.
But I like Sean Strickland more. I think he's like a real person that ended up being a UFC fighter, not like somebody that's now trying to convey themselves as a real person
Yeah,
after they achieved fame. Like I just get that I get that energy from him.
yeah,
Mhm.
So I hope he wins. And
yeah.
I think he will win because all the dude does is spar.
I know. That's
All
all
he
he
does is
does.
Yeah.
spar.
Mhm.
That's
Here's what I
second nature
here's
to him.
here's what I worry about. Pereira, knocked out Sean with bad move by Sean to walk down a world-class kickboxer, but so was Adesanya, you know? And
Yeah.
and Adesanya beat Pereira just before that, doing this, just stopping him in his tracks, knocking him out cold. And it's
Do
just
you
like,
think do you think Adesanya beats Duplessis?
yes.
Same.
Yeah, me
Yes.
too, honestly.
But remember,
So
MMA math. It never lines up, but you never know,
no, it doesn't. It
Yeah.
doesn't. But I mean, if Sean Strickland can shut down the striking of Adesanya,
I think he can do it with Duplessis.
I think he could too, unless he's having a
Duplessis is
bad night
also like,
or Duplessis having a great night.
yeah,
don't know.
I will say this. Duplessis against Whitaker is the best we ever saw him. The first thing I worried about Duplessis when he got into the UFC is he looked so slow. Like his strikes were so slow, in my opinion. They had power, but they were slow. He's looking a lot faster. He's obviously probably going to be in the best shape of his life this time around. I mean, he's training for a freaking title fight. So we'll see. But on to the next one. UFC 298. Well, headlining will be a featherweight title. Volkanovski versus Topuria. So we all know Volkanovski, literally probably one of the greatest people in the featherweight divisions ever, greatest featherweight champions. He's had his run of bad luck lately, going up to lightweight at short notice and getting knocked out by Makhachev in like round 1 with a head kick. Like he's doing kind of a quick turnaround, but he likes that stuff. Topuria is, I think, still undefeated, 11-0. He beat Bryce Mitchell. He beat a lot of other big names, and now he's getting a title shot against Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski, considering the performance he did against Yair Rodriguez, where he shut down Yair in, I think, round 3 or 4. Maybe it was 5. I think it was 3 or 4 via TKO, I think. Or maybe, yeah, it's TKO. I think Volkanovski is going to beat Topuria and keep his belt via 4th round knockout or TKO, because I can see him. Topuria, I just think, is too fresh, man. 11-0 or 12-0, whatever his record is just not big enough in MMA for me to believe that he's like top shit. Don't get me wrong, being undefeated is great, but Volkanovski's a whole other animal, man. He's a fucking bulldog. I mean, the guy used to be like a 220-pound rugby player, and he's a 145-pound champion in the UFC. Like, I don't know. What do you think about that, Foster? Do you think Volkanovski's going to beat Topuria?
Oh, I don't know who Topuria is, but
That's
I know
fine.
Volk, and I know he's like one of the most dominant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll
That's
take
fair.
Volk.
I'll
How about that?
just take Volk. Yeah. And then we'll go into the next one, UFC 299, which I want to talk a little bit more about before we go into the headliner for it. That is a stacked card. So if you have your phone or you have internet right now, go open a new tab and look up UFC 299, because that card, you think UFC 300, I don't know how they're going to top 299. You go look at all those fights on it, even the prelims. And they're saying that UFC 300, which is still being built, they're still slowly doing announcements for it. You're telling me that they're going to have better fights on that than what they've already given us for 299? That is a stacked card, man, 299. But I will talk about the bantamweight title fight headlining it. Sugar Sean O'Malley defending his belt for the first time against Chito Marlon Vera, the only person that Sugar Sean has technically lost to due to injury. Claims he has no losses because he lost due to injury. I think he hurt his leg or something. That being said, I think O'Malley is going to beat Vera by decision, because Vera's not a volume striker. He's very much a sit and wait to land a massive bomb, whether it be a head kick, teep kick. He always does that. And considering we just saw him lose against Corey Sandhagen not too long ago, where Corey Sandhagen's got that, Corey Sandhagen's kind of got the same build as O'Malley, that kind of tall, lanky, can fight from range, really good striking, creative. I think O'Malley's really going to bank on that the whole time and dance around circles Vera the whole time, and Vera just isn't going to turn it on in time. And it's going to be 5-round, probably a boring one-sided decision of O'Malley just piecing him up and just landing strikes. And that's what I got to say about 299.
Looks like one of those inflatable dudes that like blow in the wind. You know, at car dealerships. Doesn't he
Yeah,
just
a
kinda
lot of people make fun of
there?
his appearance. He's an interesting character. He's fucking cocky, and I hated him at first, but man, I do like him because he backs it up. He fucking knocks people out cold, dude. That Thomas Almeida knockout, I'll never forget when I watched that. That was brutal.
I think
And
that
Aljamain Sterling.
that's a perfect segue to my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a decision. I think it's going to be a stoppage or a TKO or whatever you want to call it. Because that's the way
By
that Sean
O'Malley?
O'Malley,
Yeah.
by O'Malley, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way that he does his fights, and he's
You're
even
right.
said
Yeah.
where he's like, I'll wait, and then I see it, and I can't remember what I was listening to or watching, but he's like, I hit him, and I thought it was the perfect one, and he got back up, and so then I had to reset and set the perfect one up again, or something along those
Yeah.
lines. So that's what he looks for. Like
Yeah.
he's looking for the singular wham.
Just like he did to Aljamain.
Aljamain Sterling, him in the Contender Series, before he had any of the dyed hair or tattoos.
Yeah.
That's what Dana was like, creaming his jeans because he saw some dude with a fro, like just like one
punch. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I think especially with the motivation of having his only technical loss be by there's a reflection, honey, they can see it.
I was already thinking, I'm like, what if a scary face like mine appeared behind in the glass?
But having his only loss be by this guy, he is not going to go in and look for decision.
No, he's going to try to. He's going to put a stamp on it, and I think you might be right. That's a good bet.
I think
I do think it's going to be decision, but but other than that, my second guess would be that Sean finishes him. And here's the deal with Vera. I don't think Vera's ever been finished. If he has been, it was maybe once. And what Sean's got to look out for is he needs to have really good leg kick defense against Vera. He can't let that leg get injured again versus Vera. He really needs to check those leg kicks from Vera. And Vera's similar to Sean in this way. Sean's very movement oriented, a lot of feints. Vera's not like that. He's more of like a walk forward, kind of dodge, just kind of pat like shots out of the way, but then he just lands a fucking massive leg kick or something on your face, like he did to like Frankie Edgar and shit. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be an interesting matchup, but that card in general stacked. Can't wait. And UFC 300. Can't wait for that either. I can't really even talk so much about the fights because they haven't even put a headliner for that one, but the fights are already putting together on it. It's like, I'm hoping I have my house before April 13th so I can host it with the boys up north and have everyone over.
Right, yeah. That'd be cool. It just seems like they're having some bangers leading up to it. So it's not like you have to wait just for 300.
It's like, so far the start of this year, it's like, even the couple fight nights sprinkled in here, I'm like, damn, dude. I mean, we were lucky enough last year. We got a couple fight nights that were belt fights. They weren't even pay-per-views. They gave us like literally like, remember, I think we watched that one at your place where it ended in a draw. I don't think that was a pay-per-view.
Remember my place?
Yeah, remember that one? We watched Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev for the light heavyweight belt. It was horrible. It ended in a draw.
Yeah.
Like Jan leg kicked him like 3 of the 5 rounds, and then Magomed just sat on top of him because his leg was blown out and Jan couldn't get up. It was terrible.
That's what you get with fight night.
Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, that's a fight night. Yeah, no wonder why it was a fucking bell fight. I think it was a fight night. But that's all I got for UFC. Jackson, what's cracking?
Not much, man. I don't know. I'm just getting hyped for this, solar eclipse coming up. Got about 100 days to the solar eclipse.
Do you have a telescope?
We won't be able to see it from over here. No, you can't see it from here. I want to go to Cincinnati.
Stare right into it through the telescope.
I know. I was thinking, like, I wonder if you got blinded by it, like, you get some special powers or something. That could be a thing, right?
I don't think that'd happen.
Smell really good.
What are you, fucking
I don't know.
Daredevil?
I don't know. Possible. Well, nah, I think it'd be cooler in Daredevil. But I've always wanted to see a solar eclipse. Maybe I should drive out to Cincinnati. What do you think about that? Watch solar eclipse, drive back.
Cincinnati, like, is that in that? Where is that? Ohio?
Yeah, Ohio.
Pretty far. It's really far.
Is that where you can closest you can see it from?
That's the best. No, that's the best spot. You can view it. You can view it from a lot of states. The closest to us is
Dude,
Chicago.
if you go there, they probably have like a meetup or a site where
They
everyone's
do.
going to be going there to do it. And you're going to meet some weird fucking people. There's going to be some
I
normal
know.
people, but you're going to run into like,
Wouldn't
oh
that be
my
fun?
God, this is like my 6th eclipse. And he's got his fucking
Yeah,
telescope with
that's
him
the-
and his little,
that's
his little
cool as
safari
hell.
hat.
That's the type of guy I want to know.
It's the
No,
gayest meetup of all time. The
It-
fucking Solar Eclipse Club.
That's gonna be cool.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, that dude
We've
pulls up
been
in one of those.
waiting.
That dude's gonna pull up in a 70s van with one of those dome with fucking windows on the side of it, and he's
Yeah,
sleeping
that's
out of
gonna
it.
be sick,
Smells
bro.
like cheese and piss on the inside of it. He hasn't cleaned anything.
With the dome on it. Where have you seen those ever, except for a Beatles fucking album cover?
Yeah.
You know, things are ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, you guys wouldn't want to see the solar eclipse? I don't know.
I
think
wanna
it'd be
see
kinda
it.
interesting.
Yeah, it would be cool. How often do
Far
they
out, though.
happen?
I don't know, like once every like 10 years or some shit.
I got time.
Maybe longer than that.
I'll pencil
You
it
got
in
time?
the future at some
I'll
point.
pencil it in, yeah. This one's
When's
gonna be
it happening?
Cool, though. I don't know, 100 days from now. Start
So
counting.
you're like really looking forward to it then, I see.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
on your
really am.
calendar?
I can't wait.
You're
Yeah, I
putting
marked
X's
it.
on the days.
Yeah, it's right over there. I have it on the calendar. Solar eclipse. I'm gonna
Can we
burn my
talk
eyes out.
about how you have here that TGI Fridays is closing 36 restaurants? Why?
I guess I don't know. I wrote that down 2 weeks ago, Paul. This is the problem with topics you've even brought down. I don't know why nobody goes to them. When have you heard about a TGI Friday? That's why they're closing down. They're junk.
They have
They're
one in the
shit.
cities. I've been to one once. It was years ago. I remember it being like
Twice.
okay. Honestly, dude,
We ordered it at one time. It was awful.
it's pretty comparable to Red Robin, and I still won't go back to Red Robin ever since I got that horrible food poisoning from Red Robin, dude. I was sick for like
Never been there.
fucking. I was sick for 4 days, dude. I think
Ugh.
they gave me my burger a little undercooked, and dude, it was good food. I got the Tower of Rings. I was having a good night. Oh, it wasn't good, dude. I was having a good night. Then Red Robin ruined it. So fuck you, Red Robin. But no,
Dude,
TGI
I've been
Fridays.
to TGI Fridays, but I've never been to Red Robin.
Me
But
either.
when I was in Alaska, when I was in Anchorage, Alaska, my hotel that I was staying at before I got bussed into the state park was right next to a TGI Fridays.
Was it built in
Like-
or like literally right next to it?
No, it was like a block or two away. You know.
Okay, I was gonna
I was
say
like,
they're
I've
always
never
right
been
next
to
to
a TGI
hotels.
Fridays. I went there and I sat down at the bar and I got a burger and an old fashioned or something, and it was great. I loved it.
Well, what I had to
But-
say about this topic, Jackson, is when I was in Norway, I went out on like Friday or Saturday night, or Saturday night after their wedding, Ricky and Henriette's wedding. I went out because when I got back into town at 1 a.m., the streets were popping with people. I'm like, this is how the people in Bergen, Norway party on the weekends. I'm going to go home and change out of my suit and come out right away. I go out, dude. The TGI Fridays is off the chain, dude. I didn't go in there. It was like a fucking like club party at the TGI Fridays. Like, and they loved it. And like, it's funny when you're there, you'll run into like people, you know, that are from Norway, obviously, and other tourists. And they're just like, yeah, American guy, Paul. Like when I tell them my name, they're like, fucking American TGI Fridays. Yeah. Like they were like all about it, dude. And I was like, damn, dude, like this country really likes TGI Fridays. Jesus Christ. It was like the busiest place in the whole block next to Burger King and then the other bars.
Next to Burger King. That's not a big, huge upgrade there. But yeah, no, that's crazy. I
No,
guess they're not
dude,
closing
I
in
will
Norway.
say this, Burger King in Norway tastes so much better than Burger King here. But McDonald's in Norway, kind of ass. Not that good.
The one
Dude,
that
Burger King anywhere is awesome, dude.
I don't know,
I don't
man.
want to hear it.
It's kind of mid.
I don't
Whopper Jr., no tomato, all day.
Whopper
Give it to
Jr.
me.
No tomato, okay.
Feed me.
Their spicy chicken nuggets are pretty good. I like.
I
little
got
spice
the
in my
I got the
chicken,
spicy
so-
chicken sandwich and I tried a Whopper there and it was fucking way better than over here. I don't know what they changed. McDonald's has a way different taste there. Plus, you want to know what's interesting that they offer at McDonald's there? Sweet potato fries. I tried it. They're pretty good. They weren't bad. They're crispy sweet
I don't
potato.
like
Think
sweet
of the
potatoes.
shoestring
They're-
fries I
they're
already had, but they're
breakfast potato.
crispy. They're not soft.
In the morning, I'll have a sweet potato fry.
You know- Do you know what my fiance was bringing into the room when you saw her in the reflection?
sweet potatoes.
Burger
Do you know
King?
what?
Was it a Whopper Jr.?
No, dude. A Domino's pizza.
Oh,
Nice. It sounds pretty good.
Can you eat
actually,
it and
right
do a
now.
food? Can you do a food review right now?
Yeah, do a quick food
Yeah, what do you
review.
got here? Domino's,
What are
a
we
hand
rolling with
toss.
here?
Yeah,
What
what are
type?
we
Hand
what are we
toss, big
rolling? Is
type?
it pepperoni? What toppings
It
got on
didn't-
it? What kind of
I
sauce?
didn't ask. I didn't ask for it, and it's just I put a pillow on it because I wanted to keep it warm.
Well, yeah, go ahead and
Keep it
indulge now.
killer
We ain't gonna
greasy.
keep you.
I'll have one
We gotta go
slice.
through all our perfect Domino's night, or what we're gonna get from Domino's.
Oh my
'cause I have a
goodness.
specific thing I get every single time.
We're gonna
Oh
have to
my
go through.
goodness.
You gotta get the thin crust, extra pepperoni, and that's it.
That's pretty
the
good.
best in the
What do we
large,
got
and
here?
it's fire.
Present it. Present it like report of the week.
This looks like a hand tossed pizza with pepperoni, sausage, jalapenos, and Canadian bacon, otherwise known as ham.
Red sauce with just the regular
Loaded.
mozzarella.
Oh,
Gotta
red
do red
sauce.
sauce.
Little
Okay.
marinara.
And let us know how that first hot, juicy bite is once you get through it there. It's looking pretty tasty because I'm on a fucking cut right now and I want to rip your face off and eat it because I'm hungry all the time.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
about
I'm not on the cut.
Give us the 3 T's: the taste, texture, and tummy feels here.
Yeah. What do you got for a taste?
The
to
taste
10.
is I'd say the taste is a solid 7.
Okay.
Reasonable.
That's
pretty
fair.
high.
That's
The
reasonable
tech-
for Domino's.
Texture was the next one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Take your time, pal. I know
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah. A 2 out of 10?
Yeah.
It doesn't blend well. It
It
all
doesn't-
comes off at
I
once.
was gonna say, it
say,
also
it
seems like a
looks
lot
like-
of weird toppings.
When Paul said he ate your face, it looked like what it would like if
No.
Paul ate your face. Like,
No,
that's
there should be enough cheese to hold all the toppings down.
Yeah, the cheese
There's
is
not
the
enough
glue.
cheese.
Yeah.
The cheese is
It's
the glue.
the
Not
glue on
enough
the pizza.
glue.
Huh.
You know.
You get this, and
Yeah, and tummy feel is always a 0.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Always.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like
it
The Rock,
doesn't
doesn't
ever feel good.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever felt good after eating an entire Domino's pizza?
Fire, no, I mean,
There's so much acidic juice in that red sauce, dude. It's so
Yeah.
bad for your fucking stomach.
that's funny. as
So
fuck.
here's what I learned. I've worked at 3 pizza places throughout my lifetime. Only 2 then. Papa Murphy's and 3. Papa Murphy's, Papa John's, Pizza Man. And here's where I learned the way to get the cheese to stay on the crust, or to stay on just like the crust of the pizza in general. And we only did this at Papa John's. It would fall off sometimes at Papa Murphy's. Wasn't that common because they use a different dough. And it would fall off sometimes at Pizza Man, but I'd prevent that. It's because when they do the crust, when you have like the crust, you got to make sure the cheese also spreads onto the crust a little bit. If you they're always like, we want that 1 inch or ½ inch of crust. I'm like, no, fuck that. You let the cheese get as close as you can to that crust because it hangs on there. When it hangs on there, because it burns, and when it gets that burn on the crust across the ring, it holds all the other toppings and everything back. I'm telling you, there's a pizza science to it.
You're absolutely right here. This is some fucking revelation.
Yeah, you
You
wouldn't
know
know that
everything.
unless you worked at multiple pizza places. But I learned that at Papa John's. There's certain things they did better at Papa Murphy's. I just think in general, Papa Murphy's regular dough is fucking garbage, but their thin crust is the way to go. Thin crust and
I
regular
learned the way
crust.
at Zaffiro's.
Oh, that's right. I technically worked there. That they had pizza there as well. That's like your cracker thin, and that's good. I like that. It was like a tortilla, basically.
It was really good pizza.
Yeah,
I loved it.
yeah, it was not bad.
Crunch.
Fuck. God, just thinking about pizza sounds so good. But yeah, that was Domino's food review by Foster.
I'm
Check
sorry.
out. We're not sponsored by
Domino's.
Why are you sorry?
Yeah,
That's a
we
great
are.
segment.
We're
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to. She didn't even tell me that she was ordering pizza.
I don't
she
care.
Texted me in the middle of the cast, and she's like, "What's our address? I'm ordering a pizza."
What? She
I'm
doesn't
like,
know where she
oh.
lives now? What the fuck? Yeah, I get it.
Then she came in and handed me. So I
It's very nice
got
of
a
her.
pillow. I got a pillow on it.
Hell yeah. Well,
Keeping it warm.
I'm glad you're able to get a few bites in there. I'm sorry that your
Oh, yeah.
tummy's probably gonna feel like garbage by the end of the cast just from those 2-3 bites. But
No. So the tummy feel on one piece of pizza is
Not
very
bad.
different. It's not
No.
bad at all. But if I'm going to eat Domino's, if I order a pizza, I'm going to eat the pizza.
Yeah.
if you get what I'm saying.
Well,
No, 100%.
I will say this:
So
I've had one too many nights where I've been under the influence of things, and I've eaten like an entire Domino's pizza. I ate one of those entire marbled brownies, dude. I ate like an entire thing of Parmesan bread bites,
Yeah.
and the next day I was like, oh, like all
You feel-
day, like it was just
you
a
feel just
molten
awful. Yeah.
coagulating, just butter and cheese and
Awful.
sauce, just in
Something
there
about that.
fucking churning. Like
be
a
doing
cement
that.
mixer, dude. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't get that thing dogs get where their stomach can twist with how much fucking garbage was in there.
Oh no.
That'd be so rare, but oh my god, I think you throw up before then. Their stomach's all fucked up. It'd be awful.
God, I miss pizza so bad. I can't. That's what I'm gonna have once I'm off the cut. I'm gonna have some pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. I want some pizza. I don't know. Probably for the best to stay away from pizza, right? I'm eating pizza all the time.
You want me to go?
I
eat my
don't
cut?
eat pizza.
You don't eat pizza? You just
Well,
fucking
not all
did.
the time. No. I eat pizza. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I don't buy like frozen pizzas a lot, you know? Like it's not like
I
a
feel ya.
thing, you know.
I used to. That was like when I first moved out on my own. Frozen pizza, ramen noodles. That's all I ate because I hated cooking. And now that I'm like somewhat of an adult, I cook every single meal. Every single meal I'm cooking at least something or putting something together. But I also have that flexibility, like with my job. Like I can come home for lunch since I'm like 10 minutes away. I can just like already have things kind of prepped. I can cook things up. And like with my cut, I kind of have to do that. Like you can't there aren't really any to-go foods where you can hit your macros, you know, and like be fine. You know, you got to prep something.
Don't know at all.
It's
no idea what macros are. I'm guessing
protein,
it's something
fat,
with your
carbohydrate.
nutrients.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Protein, fat,
Terrible.
carbohydrates.
Awful, and I hate it all. Fucking hate macros.
I honestly kind of am pissed I even found out about this weight loss thing. And
I wish no
also
one told me that.
getting in shape. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you,
Can't
Joe
believe it.
Rogan.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Fucking cunt. More play for dates. You guys remember
You
that
might.
Jesus? Oh no, go. Sorry, what?
No, I was gonna say you might just have to take the Clay approach of eat less, do more, lift more weights.
Mm. It seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean you're not gonna be like chiseled, but dude, I've seen him since I don't know.
He's gotten big.
Yeah. I mean, he's left town recently, you know.
Yeah,
'cause
he's doing his air
doing
traffic
his
controller
thing,
stuff. Yeah.
whatever. But dude, like he we did like the Predator, Arnold and
the whole arms. Yeah.
Who's the other guy? What's the fuck is his name? Carl Weathers or
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Carl Weathers. We did that, and like we've always been pretty close in strength, and he turned something on that I've never felt.
Are you sure he's eating less? Because to get as big as he was getting, you have to be eating more and lifting more.
Or no, he's getting big. He's eating and doing more. He's not getting fat, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I said, or you could take the Clay approach, you know, like eat less, do more, eat less garbage, do more exercise.
Yeah.
That's how he looks at it.
I see it. Yeah, I see
it. It's gross, dude. He's a powerhouse.
Oh, I know. I'm in that phase. So here's the phase I'm in is I'm working out 6 out of 7 days a week, basically. One of those 6 days is just a cardio day, but I do a lot of boxing. So I'm basically doing cardio every day and I'm doing weights. I have one day that's dedicated to full body or or upper body strength and another day that's dedicated to lower body and core. And, right now I'm on a cut. So what that means is I'm just trying to cut fat, but retain as much muscle as I can. So I'm still kind of gaining muscle. I am going to lose a little bit of it because that's just the nature of a cut. Unless you're on steroids, you usually keep that muscle longer when you're doing a cut. So right now, dude, like I'm so close to getting rid of that last bit of belly fat. I basically have a 2-pack now. I'm getting pretty good shape. But with that comes, you know, I'm doing a cut first. And then after February 18th is when my cut ends. I'm cutting from 150 pounds to 142 pounds. Right now, I'm already down 4.5 pounds in 2 weeks. And I'm way ahead of schedule. But I'm starting to plateau a bit where like, I'm not really going down much. So like, I know I'm going to have to cut more food. It's been pretty fucking brutal. I haven't eaten out at all. I've eaten 46 meals straight, 3 meals a day without ever going over or under on my macros. And after this cut, I'm going to go into what's called a maintenance period. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to splurge once. I'm probably going to go out to eat, do something nice after the cut. But then it's back to maintenance mode where I just try to maintain that weight of 142-ish to 145. I don't care if I puff up like 2-3 pounds. Then I'm going right into a bulk. And that's where you get to have fun. And that's where Clay's probably at, where he's just probably a dirty bulk. He might be doing a clean bulk. Doing a clean bulk is hard because you have to eat so much chicken and so much rice. But dirty bulk, you can kind of eat whatever as long as you're hitting the macros. And then you just lift a ton. Like I'd cut out a lot more of the boxing cardio and just start lifting more. And you get yoked. And then after that, you cut again. And that's where you show all the muscle you gain during the bulk, but lose the fat. It's like a process. It isn't fucking easy. But you can become a literal tank doing that if you do it right.
Sam Sulek type shit, you know.
That's crazy, dude. I don't know.
Sam
That's
Sulek. Sam Sulek.
No, he's on gear.
He's on gear though. That's the problem. That's fine. But like, I'm not on gear, so it pisses me off because I don't think I'll ever look like that because it's expensive. And I don't know. I've never gotten a testosterone test, but I'd rather get it prescribed or blood work done. What did you just say, Jack?
You should start it. Depends on which one you get. You should start it and just not say anything, and then come back after a year and be
like Kyle on PKA, where he just like never. He was fat for a while, and then after a year on the podcast, he just posted photos. And he's just jacked. You're like, yeah, because he only showed his head up, and then for a whole year, he was just getting jacked and went on fucking TRT.
Yeah,
do that
definitely.
Yeah, and then the next big step for him is estrogen. He's gonna come back.
No, you know, the more and more I get into this
I'm gonna come back with a tight pussy.
Yeah, right.
Podcast.
Yeah, no, Kyle.
You know, a lot of those guys where you see that are literally like between 8 and I'd say 14-15% body fat, where you can like always see their veins even if they don't have a pump, and they're just ripped, but they're not huge, like they're just lean and ripped. Those guys typically, unless you're really about that lifestyle, I don't think are all that happy. Because they're just not, dude, don't get me wrong. Candy's not good for you. Having a fucking bougie ass meal with tons of fat, eating pizza, pastas, whatever, it's not good for you in the long run all the time. But like, you have to have some of it, dude. Those people that are just so wired to having nothing but chicken and rice or like the leanest shit all the time, that's great. If they love it, awesome. But a lot of those people seem kind of sad deep down, or they have a fucking body image problem. Because
I'd rather be jacked and sad than bigger and sad. You know what I mean? I guess either way, I'm going to be sad. So
that's fair.
Be sad.
That's a good point. But I think being jacked and sad requires a certain mindset.
It does.
That fat and sad is not able to produce. Yeah. Fat and sad is produced by lazy, procrastination.
Yeah.
Fear of judgment, insecure, blah, 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 blah. Jacked and sad is like, no one accepted me, but fuck them. Yeah. I'm going to be sexy. Like, it's like a driven nature. So like, fat
it's
and
almost
sad
self-hate.
Like,
it's almost self-hate. People say that being fat self-hate, which it can be. But like, I
think a lot of it is kind of interchangeable, but I do think it's different. Where like jacked and sad can lead a company.
Yeah.
And be like very like or lead they
have good willpower because they're willing to put themselves through that shit, through that hard work.
But like, I think, I don't know, come for me, if you will. But fat and sad sounds like lazy to me.
Yeah. And that's usually what it is. And there are rare cases where people are fat due to medical conditions, but you can still be unfat. Like you can still be less fat than you were. You can try to work towards it no matter like what you're going through. Unless you're like, the people I give a pass are people that are literally physically disabled, because it's hard to be, except there is this guy I used to take care of when I was a personal care assistant he paraplegic. He couldn't use his legs. He was so jacked, dude, because I'd go to his room and every day he's in there doing pull-ups, doing push-ups. His entire upper half was just completely ripped. But his both his lower legs were completely gone, but he was just like, he's fucking jacked, dude. Like that guy looked like Tarzan. It was scary.
It was pretty sick. Respect to him. I think I'm done
yeah.
after my legs are gone. Like that's it. Checked out. There's no more of that.
I don't know, man. All I think about on this cut is just giving up, honestly. Like there was a time last week where I'm like, I just want to order pizza right now. Fuck it. But then what I'll do is I'll go on the internet. I'll go on Reddit and I'll be like, should I stop my cut? And people are like, you're a fucking pussy. Like you don't fucking go out. You don't eat pizzas. Like you keep through it. Like David Goggins like type shit. Stay hard. Like, and I'm just like,
call you a pussy. Could have called me.
Yeah.
I would have called you a
But
pussy.
I've been holding true. I've been good. Things are going well so far. I just need to stick to it. And I need to trust the bulk too. Like once I get through the cut, I need to go into the bulk. I can't just stop at the cut because what's going to happen is I'll feel like shit for so long, and I won't treat myself. You need to treat yourself every once in a while. It's very important.
Treat yourself to 8,000 calories of almonds in a week. Just have that.
When you're like someone like Foster though that has a very physical demanding job, those guys too don't really have the time to like maybe work out, but B don't really need to. Like my brother Weston has a very physical demanding job and he doesn't need to work out. He can Weston kind of eat whatever he wants. Weston's in good shape, and because he has a very physically demanding job. So it's like, that is almost like, I kind of sometimes am jealous of you guys that have more, you can say blue collar-esque or physically demanding jobs. Cause I kind of wish I had that so I could just get my workout done at work in a way. As opposed to having to take the time after.
Certain types are strong, obviously, but you're still not hitting every single mark. Like,
I know.
You aren't going to shred it at any of them if you consistently hit it.
100%. I do know for a fact I probably have better I have probably really good cardio now just from all my boxing and down to like nearly a 7-minute mile, which is the quickest I've ever been. I'm slow.
Pretty fast.
So it's a weird it's a weird way to measure it, but like there's strength of like lifting.
Yeah.
And then there's like functional strength.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So like I forget how it's like tool strength, wrenching, like twisting,
grip strength,
grabbing, turning, pulling, all these different things that at my job people
Dude, you'd probably be a monster on a cable machine.
Maybe. I don't know. But I can tell you that I can't bench press that much.
I can't bench press that much.
I'm weak in bench press.
Yeah.
But I've never come up to something that like I can't like pick up and move.
You probably got big forearms. Your forearms are probably huge.
I don't know.
It'd be really funny if they were like 10 times bigger than your bicep, like marshmallow
wouldn't
round.
be good at all.
Yeah, see, you got some big forearms.
I don't know. No, they look the same size as yours.
Yeah, I don't know. I think yours honestly do look a little bigger, Foster. Look all like pop by like more. Yeah, definitely are.
Yeah, you're taller than me, aren't you? Like 6 foot?
I'm 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm 5'9". So
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Paul, that's your view. That's your view of Foster all the time, right? Downward.
Anything over 6 foot is 6 foot to Paul.
Pretty much. I mean, Jackson got the luckier side where Jack, you're right at 6 foot, right? Yeah. See, that's fucking bullshit.
No, I'm 6 foot. I float between 205 and 210.
And that's good for that height. That's perfect.
That's my walk around weight. No, dude, I could, like, if I actually went to a regimented exercise schedule,
you could get down to 175.
Dude, I was 155.
I remember when you were bone skinny back in the day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm 150 right now.
Yeah.
I'm 143.8 as of this morning.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty. Well, you remember, I used to be pretty puffy. Like I was a little chubby. but I've shed quite a bit of it now.
No, man, you're good.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
no, you're
Oh
looking
yeah.
good.
Anyways, the
But-
Super Mario movie. What do you got to say about that?
Oh, dude. So the Super Mario movie, I watched a video on YouTube, a review, because I liked the channel that I was watching.
Yeah.
I enjoy their content. And
Red
this
Letter Media.
person, no, it was the Papa Meat.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know them.
So I like his content. And he was giving a review of the Super Mario movie. And he was saying these things. He's like, yeah, then Mario's dad smokes a cigar and the smoke gives him blackface. And then he has red lips. And he was saying all this stuff about the Mario movie. And I was like, there's no way that's. But it was so convincing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I watched the Mario movie. And I'm like, well, none of this happened.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
The only thing that he was true about was Incel Bowser. Incel Bowser, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's an incel.
100%. Total. So I'm watching the movie and, it's bad. It's bad.
I
And
didn't think it was
I'm
that
watching
bad.
it.
I thought it was like
I'm-
a 7.5,
hold
8 out of
on.
10. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
I'm watching it. I'm like, this movie sucks. I'm like, what? There's no dialogue. There's no nothing. Like, and then we get to the Donkey Kong Kingdom and it's the DK. Donkey Kong,
Mhm.
Yeah,
that
dude.
I was down with.
Yeah.
And I finished the movie and I said to my fiance, I was like, well, that movie sucked. And she looked at me, she's like, yeah, that's because it's a movie for babies. It's
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
a baby movie.
It is.
It's not
for
not for a
kids.
26-year-old person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
Why did I expect that? Then I looked at it, I'm like, Mario Kart, check. Donkey Kong, check. Like all the different power-ups, check. Side scroll cinematic action shots, check. What else would I want from this movie?
Right.
And then the finale. The way they beat Bowser, they give him a blue mushroom, he shrinks down, and they put him into a tribute jar. And they keep him there.
Ugh.
Who do you think
For
got
whatever
first go
they're-
at it? Which
Dude,
one, Mario? Or
I-
do you think Luigi was wanting it?
It was definitely Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Yeah, Waluigi and Wario.
Double
Yeah.
teamed it. They double teamed.
They are the Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein of the Nickelodeon universe.
They already filled the jar.
Yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia, it was my turn. Wario, what did you do? Whoa. And his fucking jar's just topped off, and Bowser's like clawing at the lid.
Yeah.
That's
Smearing.
Disgusting.
I didn't know they did that. Ugh, that sounds awful. I wonder if I have mine inaccessible. I'm just kidding. No.
Well, your
Yeah.
tribute jar.
Do not have a tribute jar.
Yeah, let's
Awful.
talk about those sick fucks on Reddit for a second. The people that are busting on like anime mouse pads and anime figurines for years, and they're brown and porous and growing fucking mushrooms out of it. They're moldy, fucking nasty, dude.
No, dude, you got to respect the grind.
There's
You
like
had to respect the grind.
that guy that was just busting into a shoebox from the age of like 13 to like 22. He's like, guys, check it out. And it has molds growing in it. There's like an ecosystem inside the shoebox in his closet.
Guys, I'm a dad.
I'm a- yeah, a little fucking baby.
So gross. It's just like,
That's
tell
awful.
me. And it's fucking
Yeah.
goo.
That's real. Those are real life things people do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it actually is. Google is your friend.
That's pretty.
You know
yeah.
how to find this.
Yeah, right. Do not look that up. Do not Google any of that.
So,
Yeah.
Jackson, I know this is long overdue, but I do think we should talk about how the Mickey Mouse copyright expired. Did we ever cover that?
I don't think we did. No.
Yeah, so like the original Mickey Mouse old-timey copyright expired a few weeks ago. And so immediately people were fucking putting, Tugboat Mickey, putting fucking dongs on them and just drawing the most graphic content and integrating it. And I thought it was the funniest thing. But what that reminded me of when that happened is, have you guys heard of the game that's coming out called Mouse? Have you seen gameplay for the game called Mouse?
No, do you play as a mouse and run around like Stray? We run
Yeah,
around.
but
No.
think about it this way. Think about it this way. It's supposed to come out in 2025, but this game is very much like Cuphead-esque, like those 1960 cartoons, but it's a first-person shooter and you're a mouse and you're murdering other mouse. It's in black and white, it's gory, you're blowing their heads off, you're shooting pianos or falling on their heads and shit. It's very like, it looks sick. There's boss fights in it.
Mickey Mouse a
Obviously,
character.
what was that?
Is Mickey Mouse a character?
No, but you just play a character that is
Oh,
a
I've
mouse,
seen-
but it looks
I thought this
very
was
like,
fake.
no,
I
this is
thought
a
this
real
was
game
fake.
that's coming
You know how
out.
you do those fake game trailers where it's like, this isn't real, you know?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've never seen that.
But yeah, check out Mouse. I really want to fucking play that. I wish it wasn't
Yes.
2025 that it was coming out, but it's only a year away, so.
This one guy made a Courage the Cowardly Dog game, but it was just a trailer, and it was just like 5 minutes of gameplay, and it looked cool as hell, but like, you know, it's never coming out.
Yeah.
Same with this like Fallout London and Fallout like
all those
Miami.
DLCs, yeah.
Those aren't coming out.
Or
Fallout
not
Miami was
DLCs, those what do they call it? Mod projects.
Mod Fest, yeah. 2017 is when they announced some of those. Those are not coming out, dog.
I don't know,
It's been
man.
8 years.
Sky Oblivion just had another trailer. Somebody took the Oblivion engine or the Skyrim engine and is remaking all of Oblivion in it. And they just did another trailer a few months ago. It's getting pretty close to being done. They showed gameplay as well again.
That's wild.
But I don't know, man. This is what happens with all these projects where they're working on something like Fallout Miami, like you're saying, is it sounds like they get 80 to 90% finished, and the developer on it's always like, I need to focus on other things, life change, I need money, I can't spend more time on it, and then it just never gets released. And it's like, what I hate about those is like, well, at that point, you put in all that hard work and you're not going to finish it. Why can't you just release the files so anybody out there, the entire game project, somebody else can just work on it? I don't know. There's somebody out there that would pick it up, but they'll never do that because then they don't get a cut of the money or the fame or whatever it is for making it. But I
Did you
don't
ever
know.
hear about the time Bethesda stole a Fallout New Vegas mod and put it in Fallout 4 without telling the guy?
What
So in
was it?
Fallout 4, if you go to Far Harbor, there's this really cool mission where you go down to a vault and it's full of robots, and it's kind of like an old-timey theme, and it's all with robots though, but there's a murder mystery and you have to solve it. It's like, who killed this robot? So you're talking to a bunch of other these cool ass robots and shit. And somebody made that in Fallout New Vegas 5 years prior to Bethesda ever releasing it, and the entire layout of the vault is the exact same as the dude that made it on Fallout New Vegas, and some of the storyline is the same, and it's ripped. And they talked about that. That guy never got credit or restitution for that. Like, there's like you can look it up. It's like
Yeah.
pretty it's obvious that they stole it, but fuck that guy over really hard. I think about that when I play it.
That is messed up. That's what
As a mod, he didn't have any right, It's like, what could he have do? Can't do shit.
Unless he had a lawyer and he's
their
going to go up
fucking
against a multi-million-dollar entertainment company. Yeah, like good luck. Yeah.
No, isn't gonna happen.
Because he used their assets to make it. So that's
Yeah,
what
he
that's
used
going to
Fallout
be
New
their
Vegas
argument.
assets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Jesus chat line? Do you remember the Jesus chat line, Foster? Jack, do you remember that? The 4chan thing?
I remember.
So basically, I think it
No.
was in Canada or maybe somewhere in the US, but there was a fake Jesus Chatline public access show live stream hosted by Stephen Chilton and Richard Burnish, who at the time people thought it was legit, but over time they were busted. They were trolls. They were selling this fake Bible, promoting it. But it was a live chat line and you could call in and talk about God or whatever you wanted. Well, anyways, 4chan got wind of this, and they would always get 4chan rated by phone calls. People saying nonsense, saying horrible things, or having to cut the line when people are just saying blasphemy, just horrible slurs and stuff. And they're like, they find out that those two guys were just like, like one of them fakes their death on the show. One of them goes on one time and says the other one died and that they need money for donations or whatever for his funeral. And then there's one episode where they're like, before the other one faked his death, where they're in a prison. And it's so obviously a green screen where they're behind bars, and it's supposed to be as if the laptop is sitting in front of the jail cell, streaming them. Yeah. And
I didn't know that. The fuck?
Yeah, dude. And I think like anybody that hasn't heard of the Jesus Chatline, just look up Jesus Chatline highlights, Jesus Chatline 4chan on YouTube, and go look at the highlights people put up of that show. It's a little slow, but you can find compilations of it. It's so fucking funny, like the horrible things that people say and like what those guys had to go through on air. But there was one of them where I thought it was there was one of them where they actually get in an argument and the other one host slaps the other host, and it was such good acting that I don't think it was fake. Like he gets up and walks off the show. Like it was so like convincing to me. But there is this one where it's his birthday and they kept calling in and saying horrible things. And they had a birthday cake for Richard. He gets so angry at the people abusing the chat line call. And they fucking just angrily, like a 10-year-old kid, smashes the fucking cake on air. And I was laughing so hard. He just cuts the stream.
These guys could be the original trollers, man. Like,
dude,
on TV.
They were pretty convincing at the beginning. But like some guy calls in talking about how like he's got like genital warts and that like the Richard's like, can you please place your penis on the camera so I can bless it? Like, and he's fucking and he's like trying not to bust, like he's kind of laughing as he blesses this man, and he's like, oh, I can feel it, Lord, I can feel it, I can feel your energy through the screen. That's what he's it's pretty.
We get a call
funny.
in. Can we get a hotline, like a 1-800 number?
That'd be really funny if we could get a like a public access show. We'd probably get canceled immediately, but I would literally just go on 4chan and post the fucking phone number and be like, call this hotline.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
Look at this channel. Check out this channel.
Dude, just make it anonymous with no faces and cut me loose onto it. I'll go crazy.
You can do my face. I don't.
Some guy calls.
Yeah.
I think I'm having. This is what he says in Jesus Chatline, dude. He goes, I'm having some problems like at home, and he's like, oh,
Yeah?
like, to tell us about that. He's just like, oh, like something about like his uncle will come into his room at night. And he's like, well, you don't have to go forward if you don't want to, but you have to remember this is a family show. You have to keep a PG here. It's like, it says. He goes, well, he'll just come into my room and he'll just stare at me, and I can see him just breathing from the doorway as I sleep, and I pretend like I'm asleep, but I'm not.
Paul. Say it to me like you're confessing, like you're calling into me.
Hold on here. I can't say the end of this story, not because it has to do with sexual abuse, but from what the guy on the phone cuts immediately to. He goes into my ear, he gets down real close and he whispers in my ear, and the things the man starts saying is so fucking obscene, I can't repeat it on here.
How about we have like a scroll in like bar of what he did say? Just type it in, Paul. Like a little news.
No, I can't even put it out.
What if we had a spelling bee?
Yeah.
What if we played Hangman and I put all
Hangman,
all
every
the
single
fucking...
every word, yeah. They wouldn't pick that.
But no, Jesus Chatline, Foster, if you haven't seen those, you gotta watch those, man. They're so
I'll check it out.
They're so old, but they're so fucking funny. They're like one of those things you revisit like once every 5 years, and you're like, Jesus, like this was an interesting point in time.
It sounds like something it sounds like something I would enjoy.
Oh yeah.
I really want a number.
So the last Video Vision is closing in Superior. Those of you listening, Video Vision is like a local blockbuster here, basically.
No, dude, it is?
That's what Jackson said. It's closing.
I think it's closed now or some shit already. But yeah, I read about that. That again, that topic's like 3 weeks old.
I know, but the end of an era, though. What I have to say is I'll always remember going to, the Movies Plus first before that closed in Woodland. But then we'd go to the Video Vision at Mount Royal, and we'd go get video games, movies growing up. I'd collect all the stamps in a book, and I'd get the free movies they had were usually shit. When you had the stamp book, you could get a free movie because they'd give you like 5 or 6 stamps after you rent something, and you fill the stamp book with 30, and then you bring it in and get a free movie you could keep.
Yeah, I remember that. Do that.
I don't know, man. DVD rental things. It's sad they're dying. Everything's really convenient now with streaming, but God, there is just something nostalgic about it would be like every week, every Friday or something, parents, or they'd bring us to the video store. We'd get candy. We'd pick out a movie to watch that weekend or that night. I don't know, man. I miss that shit. I'm glad we got to experience it is what I will say.
It is
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know what the age demographic of the gutter bowlers or whatever the fuck your people are called,
The ballers.
but
No.
Primarily 40s to 50s
ball is
conservative white women.
yeah. So to all the conservative white women out there, but
Where's my Trump shirt? I'll put it on.
dude, the like I remember when Netflix would mail you
Yeah,
DVD.
dude.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, we got that too.
I remember that.
They just
I
stopped that like 2
remember-
years ago, supposedly.
I remember
They stopped-
when my family got a DVD player for the first time, and I watched a movie, and then I pressed rewind on the movie, and my dad was like, "You don't need to press rewind." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because we had VHS like
Yeah.
forever, and he's like, "You don't have to rewind it," and I'm like, "But where's the movie?" Because a VHS, like the movie is in the spool.
Film.
you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
yeah, we all understand that. I'm like, "Where's the movie? This makes no sense."
What happened when you found out about screen selection? He's like, look at this.
Scene
You don't
selection.
have
Yeah.
scene selection. Crazy. It's different.
So yeah, I remember going to that Video Vision. I know the Video Vision you're talking about. I remember renting movies from that place. Like, it is a bummer, dude. It's sad. It's
I
sad.
went there every once in a while. But yeah, no, the tanning salon's open still, so you can still go and get
Oh
a
yeah.
yeah.
That'll never go out of business.
Don't worry about it. No, that's always
Jackson, we had this topic on for a while, and it's funny they fixed this problem. But Discord added this thing where when you would join a channel, like 2 weeks ago, there was an update where it would add a custom activity, like a little thing next to your name, and it would always default to chilling, to be honest, with this little guy under a tent or some shit. And I would get so pissed because every time I join a channel, it would just keep adding it. And I'm like, no. And I'd have to go manually turn the activity off. I'm like, I'm not chilling, to be honest. I don't want that fucking thing displaying. I was getting so fucking mad. And then here I am like a day or two ago, and I'm like, oh, it's not there anymore. It doesn't default. They must have updated it.
That's good. Thank
Yeah.
God, because I've been having a lot of problems with Snapchat, Spotify.
I was
popping
just
up
getting
things I
mad
don't
over the
like.
simplest things. I was just getting angry. I'm like, why is that there? Get it away. I don't want it.
I don't want it there. I kept getting sick of the Snapchat shriek where it kept reminding me, hey, you can restore your shriek. And I almost lost it. I almost deleted Snapchat. I got so fucking mad.
What
I hate that type of shit.
The latest trend I hate is with phone apps is I don't like having notifications on for a lot of my phone apps, Snapchat being one of them. A few of them are a few apps I have to use for work where I don't like having notifications on. I just check them regularly. I don't like getting a pop-up. And every time I open Snapchat or Instagram, would you like to turn on notifications? How about no? Like the 50 other fucking times I've opened the app and said no, and when I turned it off in the settings. Why does it keep asking? It's so they hope that you bump yes and not maybe later in tiny text. Those fucking bastards. I don't want to be notified because it'll notify you when someone's typing. It'll notify you when your fucking uncle shits. It'll notify you about everything. I don't care. I don't care.
Snapchat gives you the two notifications, them typing and then them sending it. They go back to back. Dink, da dink. And it's like, okay, for fuck's sake. All I need to know is that they sent me something, all right?
It's like, oh, shithead fat
Modern.
loser, they left you on red. I get that as a notification. Thanks, Snapchat. I really needed that.
A woman invented that.
Oh, yeah.
The typing notification.
My headset died. God damn it.
A woman invented it. I'd be willing to bet. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being sexist, but
I think you may be right.
like wanting to know, like, oh, he's typing. What's he typing? Why did he stop typing? He didn't send me a message, but he was typing. That's hey.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I think it's a
I'm
bad,
just saying.
it's just in general a bad feature. It's unnecessary. It's
Yeah.
not needed. There's a reason why no other apps have that, and Snapchat's like the only one.
What did I have? Sorry, my headset died.
No, it's all good. We're just talking about the typing notification.
Oh,
like
unreal.
how useless
I hate
it is.
I hate everybody. I'll kill them all. I don't need to know it.
I want to talk about pets. Foster, you still got the good old cat, right? Good boy.
Yeah, he's a bastard. Bastard fuck.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Fucking screaming every morning, wanting to get fed.
Yeah.
He's a fat.
That's a
a
cat.
fat.
That's cats, man. I miss my cat so
Yeah.
much. And Destiny and I were talking about, a cat again, maybe. We don't know. It isn't going to definitely be until we get the house. Like, it isn't, we're not going to buy a cat now. And we've kind of decided, I don't know. We were in a phase for a day or two where we wanted to get a chinchilla. Like, have you seen those little guys?
Don't do it.
And
Yeah.
we
Trust
aren't.
me, don't
We
do it.
aren't. We aren't. After we looked into like the care for them, it isn't too bad, but it's just like we want an animal that isn't going to be so erratic and wild. We want something that is going to be like more tame, like a house cat. And we've had cats. We still have everything we need for a cat, pretty much other than like a tower and a few other things. Probably need a new litter box, but no, we've kind of on the same page where I think when we move into the house, one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to get 2 cats together, like siblings, because we want to have we want them to have a friend, because we think it'll keep the other cat less fucking rambunctious, hopefully, because that seems to be the case with most people with 2 cats. They seem to be more chill as of just one. They're screaming all the time, which is fine, but this just keeps them both more chill. Or we've considered just getting 1 dog, and so Dexter has a friend. But the problem is Dexter already is 6 and he's mellowed out, and he's just not about puppy energy. Like, whenever he's around puppies that want to play, he's just like not about it. Like, he's just like, oh, whatever. And so I just think like it wouldn't be fair to him to get another dog, which is probably why we're leaning towards getting at least 1 cat, maybe 2. Because we just love animals, like, and we've always liked animals, and we take good care of our animals, and I don't want a fucking spider.
Snake, a centipede, those hissing cockroaches. I'm giving you options
I
here.
did really like my bearded dragon. That's something that's it's even more low maintenance than a cat. Like, you want something that's really low maintenance.
What was the name of your bearded dragon again?
Josephine
Yeah.
Stalin. Well, it was
Yeah.
Joseph Stalin until I found out she was a girl.
I had to switch that up a little bit.
Yeah, she doesn't like Ray Romano.
Really?
Doesn't like Raymond.
Yeah, you tricked me, dude.
Yeah, I tricked him. That's such a funny story. Did we tell us in the cast?
Don't say Deborah.
Yeah, so when he was when I was living at my parents' house, I was in the basement when I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, maybe 20. And I had a bearded dragon in a terrarium. And I convinced Foster that my bearded dragon doesn't like Ray Romano. Don't say Deborah, she gets pissed. And I shit you not, Jackson, on a whim, when I mentioned Deborah, my dragon goes and puffs up. He gets really angry and starts, getting aggressive at the glass. Like, I didn't train her to do that. And so I'm like, yeah, man, like, and I convinced Foster, like, she doesn't like Ray Romano. Fucking cut it out. So when he'd come over next time, she did it again. It was like convincing.
Maybe they really doesn't like Ray
Maybe
Romano.
maybe she just really didn't like Ray Romano, dude. She didn't like she had enough of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Deborah.
Deborah. Yeah. Deborah. I can't do a good Ray Romano, but
that is a terrible Ray Romano. That is like Leonardo DiCaprio retarded brother Gilbert fucking what's he in Gilbert Grape. That's just sound like
Deborah.
That's even more offensive somehow.
Yeah.
No,
I believed it too, man.
I don't like lizards.
And then I was like, no, yeah, because like she just went with the flow, and I thought it was so funny. But no, what she did like was Denzel Curry. I know that for a fact, because I'd play threats, Denzel Curry and like young Simi, and she'd be like literally bopping her head. She also really liked ULT by Denzel Curry. Like, in the nighttime, like she'd be freaking just bopping her head.
Those things know nothing about anything.
Yeah, they have a very tiny brain, but they're cool little creatures. They're easy to take care of, and I like them.
Ick. Gross.
I don't know, man. She would just like sit on my shoulder when I play video games.
I would have irrational fears that would somehow
watch
get from the
TV.
basement to my room, and I was like, I always thought if it did,
It's friendly though.
If I did, I'm gonna smash. I would say that every single time. I would drop my 20-pound weight on his head. I think if I had it next to my, because I was so scared of it.
I told you about the time my cat Dynamo, rest in peace, and rest in peace Josephine, but about the time when I got home from school, and it was probably 2 weeks after I had Josephine, and I get home from school, and the cage was maybe about 2 to 3 inches from the wall, like up against it, this glass cage. I come home, and my cat is stuck behind the glass against the wall, wedged. because she was trying to get the dragon. When I got home, and who knows how long she was there while I was at school, dude. My cat was pretty young, so she could fit. And you know how cats can fit into weird spaces. She was wedged in between the wall and the glass. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I like immediately run over and I move the cage, and she just pops out from behind her like nothing happened. It was fucking pretty funny, though.
I forgot about that. I've seen my dog fall between the couch cushions, so his back is down and he's in between the couch cushions, and it's shit's funny as hell.
Tiny dogs, man. Tiny dogs.
Mhm.
Well, gentlemen, are there any other topics you wanted to cover before we called it a show? We're at about an hour 20 here.
I'm good. Think we got it all.
I don't think so.
Foster, thank you so much for coming on again, man. It was good to chat with you. I gotta
Yeah.
fucking make it up north. I've been slacking. We gotta chill.
Yeah,
I've been
you
so
do.
busy. I've been so
happened.
damn busy.
I got a couple tricks for you. Not podcast material.
Yeah, not
but I
podcast
got a
material.
couple tricks and treats for you to check out when
Okay.
you do. So
Oh yeah, it'll be fun. You can ride my
Showing
one wheel.
you.
I'll bring up my one wheel. You can rip on it.
oh yeah, I've ripped them before.
Yeah,
Those
they're
things
fun.
rule.
Yeah, they're all right. I haven't rode it as much as I should, but anyways, Jackson, anything else you have for the listeners?
I really got nothing. Just thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and appreciate you. I'll let Paul take it from here.
Yeah, that was Gutterball 82, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good weekend. Whoa!